boy Bob Rock, and this is the B Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. Now, I'm sure you guys are gonna, it's looking a little bit different now. Well, that's because I got my act together a little bit, made some moves, and it's looking a lot better now. I wonder. Okay, I'm just gonna adjust the light a little bit so it looks a little bit better. How's that? Why am I still looking crooked here? Hmm. Okay. Anyway, it is what it is. We're gonna work with what we got. So just trying this out. So how's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Um, I can't. Okay, so I'm just feeling my way around here. So please don't mind me. Um, we are going to get this whole thing going on. Let's see. Sorry. Uh, I have to relearn all of these things that loud and clear. Hey, Pascal, how you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, so I'm working with an all new setup here, and I'm still feeling my way. So I'm doing the podcast from a PC with my camera again, which I'm so happy to do. So I haven't set up my stream or my podcast the way I usually or the way I had previously. So I'm actually still, like I said, I'm trying to relearn all of my relearn how to do this whole thing. So for now, it's just on FB, on Facebook, uh, without using any streaming software. So hopefully everything is going cool. Let's see. It's telling me something. The current keyframe rate is too low. Recommended keyframe rates are in the range of one every 2 to 4 seconds. Okay, but how am I supposed to change the rates now? I'm in the middle of doing this live. Um, I'm gonna try something. Let's see if it works. Uh, not able to change anything now, which is a bit weird. But yeah, okay, well, it is what it is. Go to dashboard. Okay, so anyway, forget about it. We're gonna work this out over the next couple of weeks or so. We're gonna figure, like I said, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna make sure it works, and it's gonna be awesome. Um, with that being said, I'm not sure if I'm able to bring on guests again, like how I usually, like how I've done before, because I wanted to do that. Um, so I'm not too sure why I can't do that. It's not allowing me to. Let's see. Yeah, it's not allowing me to invite anybody. Like when I used to do it on my phone, which is a bit weird. But anyway, be that as it may, welcome to another episode of the B Rock RC Show. We are in season 3, episode 15. Like I mentioned in the description, it's just gonna be a very chilled, um, very light-hearted episode today. It's gonna be a bit of a short episode because I've been so awfully busy with work the past week or so that I haven't been able to really go out there and gather a whole lot more content. So, um, but there are a couple of things that I did want to chat about. Just something a little bit more wholesome, more um, thinking about how I've come, how I've come up, and then trying to make that relatable to everybody else, to how everybody else has started off, or it looks okay and with subtitles. Okay, Andres. Hey, Bob. Hey, Andy. Thanks so much for joining. Really appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're trying something a little bit new. Starting to get back into my usual uh, method of doing my podcast. So what I can say um, is that in the future, I'm definitely going to be bringing back uh, the whole the track talk segment of the B Rock RC show, where we feature RC drift tracks from around the world, and I think you guys are gonna really enjoy that. We've been seeing a whole lot of new events come through uh, recently, like we got RCDC, and then just over the weekend we had TDC 2022 just finish up, which looked like it was quite a fun event. I know I had a couple, well, not couple, had one of our Kamua D boys go in there all the way from Belgium. Pierre, if you know him, you know him. Pierre was in there, and he's done quite well as well. So, how's everybody doing? Hope you all are doing well. Hope you guys are keeping the RC drifting going. Um, so if you notice in the background there, let me try and go this way. Yeah, that I'm in my boy's room, my son, my son's room. I just got a temporary setup here for the moment, but things will change. It's gonna improve, and yeah, I hope you will still stick with me on this journey. It keeps on telling me this thing about keyframe rate, and I'm just not bothered. It's bugging me, but I'm not bothered. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today was honoring the the role models and the key people in and around what we're doing to get us to where we are at the moment, and actually have us who's supported us all the way, supported us in our hobby, and giving us and allowing us the space to do what we want to do. So I have like a massive list. I have such a massive list. So maybe I'll just try and keep it short and tell you guys a bit about my story. So I won't go into the whole history about how I started, but one of the key, or should I say, the key person that got me, that really motivated me and pushed me to what RC drifting was my good friend Llewellyn, and together the both of us we founded the East Coast RC Drift Club, which was probably the first RC Drift Club in my city in Durban, and that was such good memories, man. We used to go drifting a lot together. We thought of so many things that we wanted to do together, and we first started off just two guys just chilling and drifting, and then we sat down as, I mean, as guys, as we usually do. We always sort of throw ideas together, and we both said, like, how nice would it be if we started a club, and then we launched the East Coast RC Drift Club. From there, as we progressed and got better at our drifting, um, we said, how nice would it be if we had our own RC drift track? And not long after that, we managed to do our first RC drift track. Um at the same venue where we are based now, they offered us a spot to do a bigger, better track, which we did. Then the next part was, how nice would it be if we went up to nationals and competed with the other regions? And you know what? We dug in our heels and we did it. And then after that, we even hosted the national championship. So, and then most recently, and by recently I mean 2019, um, like, I got the opportunity to go and compete at Worlds. So really, between the two of us, we actually fulfilled all of the dreams and all of the wishes that we set out. And up to now, even though he's moved off to a different region, we still keep in touch all the time, and he's doing extremely well where he is now. So yeah, I'd like to dedicate this episode of the Birok RC show to all of the people around me, all of them who motivated me and inspired me, and then also like to my family and my wife, who although didn't really take she wasn't too keen at first about me doing the whole RC drifting, but she didn't stop me from doing it, and that I think that's a really big thing. I particularly am very appreciative of it. So and then locally, I'd have to say there are a few key people that stand out to me that I always hold in an extremely high regard. The guys who I consider my personal friends and who are more than just friends. So it's guys like Vivian, whom I'm sure everybody knows. Um, Vivian, Cisco, and Richard Shee. Now, Richard is more of the background kind of guy. Extremely talented, extremely knowledgeable, but more of a background guy. He's like the support guy. He's the kind of person you need in your corner. Someone who's always there to help you out and push you, but doesn't want to be out in the front, if you get what I'm saying. And I'm sure all of you guys have someone in your circle like that doesn't particularly like to be in the spotlight, but is always there with the best advice and the best things to say. I mean, how can you not like look up to or be inspired by guys like Vivian with his insane talent for doing RC bodies. And not only that, he's an extremely competitive drifter and a very talented drifter at that. And then obviously there's Cisco. I mean, you guys know Cisco. He's proven himself time and time again. Locally, he's a multi-national championship. Even Vivian himself, he's won many championships. Um, and yeah, though those guys at the moment, yeah, they're the ones that I really aspire to, and the ones I really try to um, I won't say emulate, but I try to, and I won't say mimic. I just try to be like them in their mindset and try and bring up my skills up to their level. So I always use them as a sort of a benchmark for me to progress. Hey Wolf, how you doing, my man? Good to see you here. Thank you again for joining us. Uh, Please forgive me for not being able to uh, invite guests onto the show. I really wanted to uh, thought you would be able to I would be able to do this whilst doing my podcast via my PC instead of my phone like I usually do. Uh, but yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that. I will figure out a couple of things. I will figure it out eventually how to do it. But yeah. Aloha Zach, how you doing, my man? Thank you for joining us again. And for those who have just joined us and you don't know, I am Bob Rock, the host of the B Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. And we are in season 3, episode 15. So, thank you to everybody who's been with us on this journey from the beginning. There are a few guys in the comments who actually have been there from the beginning. Sorry if you see me looking down. I'm looking at the comments, so please excuse me. So the current topic at the moment is we are we are paying homage. We are honoring the people who have inspired us or who keep us motivated, keep us going in RC drifting. And I thought it would be nice to actually give thanks and to honor those who, especially, and I'm speaking for myself, to honor those and thank those people around me who have propped me up, who have given me advice and helped me along the way, and just keep me motivated all the time. Hey, Quentin, how you doing, my man? Thanks so much for joining in. So, if you guys know, Quentin Chong is a two-time world Muay Thai champion, and he also is heavy into RC drifting. So it's pretty cool to see him here. Pretty cool. Thank you, man. Um, so yeah, people like Cisco, Richard, Wolf, Llewellyn. Locally, I definitely look at those guys to see how they are doing, how they are progressing, uh, what are they trying out, you know, what are they into now, what are they doing currently, what are they testing. Think and obviously I'm trying not to like copy them. I wouldn't want to do that. I'm not the kind of that's not really me, to copy, to learn from people. Yes, most definitely. I'm on a perpetual journey to learn from people. So sometimes I'm taking notes from like Takahiro, um, notes from D-like Yoshizawa-san, Atsushi-san from Team Tetsujin. I'm looking at the GAM Team Weld Overdose, Atsushi Ito, and Yoda, Ryu, Hayato. All, I'm looking at the Japanese. I'm looking at the Korean drifting as well. A lot of European drifting, and then also I'm looking at guys like the guys out there at Super G, guys like Zach, um, and Rob Nick. How can I forget Rob as well? And there's so many of you guys that are watching. So please forgive me if I missed out your name. Let's see. Quentin says, "Thank you, Bob. I'm so addicted. Thanks to you too." No, dude, it wasn't me. It was all you, man. It was all you. You put in the time and effort to pick up your game, man. So it's all you. I was just there. And I just answered your call. I answered a few questions for you, and, and that's it. It was all you, brother. Um, yeah. So where was I? Thanking a whole bunch of people. Yeah. So like I said, I watch a whole bunch of people. Um, Overseas, together with all the names I mentioned, there's one in particular that I do aspire to, and the man is uh, so beyond my comprehension. His mind is just on another level, and that's Daniel Christoph, the main boss man behind Kamuadi, which I am very, very deeply honored to be a part of. And um, it's not just a group. It's not just a crew of people from Europe and around the world. That is genuinely a family. Um, we chat together almost every day, and we really it's really a fantastic bunch of people. But particularly Daniel, I mean, his mind is just on a completely another level. He is so technically minded and so intelligent and so talented that it's hard to understand, like, how is this person this good. uh, I'm sure some of you guys, if you do follow him, at time to time he puts up his own versions of his of his drift cars, and it's just each and every one of those chassis that he builds. It's always on point. It's absolutely on point, and he's definitely helped me quite a few times with diagnosing my chassis, uh, just by watching a video or a few pictures. And yeah, I wish I could get myself to that kind of technical ability. I don't know how you guys feel. Like at the moment, I feel like such a noob. I feel so useless. I've been in this game for like about 8 years or so now, and I feel like I still don't know a thing. When I tune my chassis, I tune it based on feel. I don't even go into all the technical bits, adding a spacer here or reducing a mill there or concerning myself with the ride height, um, or concerning myself with the length of the arm to the servo horn. You know, technical things like that that will actually make your chassis go a little bit better. And for the life of me, I try so hard to understand it, and it feels like the more I try to understand it, the harder it gets, and the more lost I get. So I really just go on the check. I do know a basic setup. I do know what my car likes, but I also at the same time I know what I like. I have a good understanding of how um, I like my car to react to me, to the way I drive. So I just tune it based on that, and boom, done. And away I go. Um, I'll give you another example. My electronics. I'm running Acuvance Javas with the OMG Epic 10.5T motor. I've set my tune on my Javas from Worlds 2019. This was a guide given to me by Daniel. Plugged it in, it ran brilliantly at Worlds, came back home, it ran brilliantly at our track, and it's now 2022, coming to the end of 2022. I still haven't changed a setting at all. I haven't changed the can timing, the boost turbo, nothing. I've just kept it as is, and it's it's working well. So, and my technical knowledge is not that great, as I've said before. So with me trying to interfere with the electronic tuning, I know I'm gonna mess it up. So I just want to leave it as is. It's working well. Um, there it is. Eddie says everyone learns differently, man. Yeah, definitely. I absolutely agree with that. Everybody does learn differently. Everybody is different, and I think that's one of the beautiful parts about RC drifting is that no two cars will ever run the same, even if it's running the same electronics, the same setup, everything 100% the same. They still will never run the same. And another beautiful part about RC drifting is its diversity in that it accommodates for every kind of driver. You don't need to be a one style uh, or a certain particular style driver in order to compete or just enjoy yourself. You can be an aggressive driver, you can be a passive driver, you can be somebody in between, you can be somebody who loves a lot of flair and a lot of style, and then you can just be somebody who just likes to just throw caution to the wind and then just go for it, and that's the thing about RC drifting is that it's inviting to all those kinds of people. Of course, we reject the abrasive ones, the people who choose to purposefully be awkward. But I mean, how often do we really come across that? Let's be honest. Most of the time, we're coming across a whole bunch of really wholesome people, and that's all we really want. Um, So another particular topic I did want to talk about, and just before I jump into the topic there, um, I just want to give another big shout out to everybody who I've come across, everybody who I've met, all the people who I've sought advice from, all the people who I look up to. There are so many of you. I've mentioned a few key people, so please excuse me if I've missed your name. Um, from out in the US. Uh, okay, I'm just gonna quickly go through a few names. Out in the US, we got Rob, Robnick, Rob Sherry, Rich, uh, Zach. There's Curtis, Ricky, and a whole bunch of other guys. Oh, I can't not go through the US without mentioning two very uh, uh, good people who's doing good work out there. Joey and Steve from Super G. Hats off to you guys. Uh, Out in Europe, there's so many people. And it's basically all the guys in my Kamoa D team, uh, headed up by Daniel, David, and Jenny as well from Sweden, and Eric from Norway, and all you guys out there. Big love to all of you guys there. Then out in SA, all my boys, my ECDC boys, obviously I have to give it up to them. Llewellyn and V and Gary and Steve and Zunaid and Zach and Yudi and Yukian and all the other guys there. And then at EDC we got uh, Richard and Verve and Lou and Kevin and Stuart and so many other guys. I think I'm going I'm going on too much, but yeah, all you guys who I've come across, thank you so much. You guys have made me the RC drifter who I am today. Thank you so much, guys. So Bob says that's true. No two cars are the same. We have two cars presently set up exactly identical, but Seb still prefers one over the other. Yeah, exactly. And again, that's the beauty part about RC drifting is that um, although in a competitive atmosphere, they are you are guided by certain rules in order to achieve a certain outcome. But within those rules, you are still given leeway to drive how you want to drive. And I think that's the beautiful part about RC drifting is that you actually are given quite a lot of freedom to express how you are. Uh, but like I said, in a competitive circumstance, it's within those guidelines. But on a social setting, you can go wild, basically. And obviously, I mean that conservatively. I don't mean like go crashing into people and crashing into barriers and stuff like that. Um, Sup, Rob, the pickle Rob, slick hair guy. Yeah, man, of course. I mean, I have to look a little bit presentable for the podcast. I always make sure I wash up and then comb the hair again. It's all good. So by the time the end of the the end of the podcast, the hair is all wild. But yeah, you must know. I'm sure you can see it's looking a little bit different. I'm definitely obviously I'm in a different setting, but yeah, things are starting to look up, my man. Things are starting to look up. Yo, Robert, how you doing, my man? Thank you so much for joining. If you have just joined in, welcome to another episode of the B Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. I'm sure you guys are seeing over the past few weeks. There's a few new things happening here on the podcast. We've got a new logo. One I didn't even ask you guys what you guys think of my new logo. Is it cool? Do you guys like it? Should I do something a little bit different? I kind of like it. It came out. Uh, it came out exactly how. Actually, it came out better than I imagined it to be. So I got to give a big shout out to Acer Stella Studios for hooking me up with this. I think she drives for Club Pogi and Team, or yeah, I think she drives for Club Pogi. But yeah, very talented artist, and she hooked me up with that. So on to the next topic which I wanted to talk about. I got my notes right here. Um, So very important though, and I would really like you guys' opinion and you guys to interact with with this next topic that I'm going to talk about. What I want to talk about is the role sponsors play in this hobby. And by sponsors, it's not just I mean everybody, whoever, be it an individual or a company or a group, whoever it is, um, their role in RC drifting. So, firstly, we definitely got to give a shout out to all the companies who actually come on board and offer sponsorships to selected individuals, whoever they are. I think that it works twofold in that it gives it gives drivers or it gives people a goal to work towards, and thereby granting them credibility and damn, I had the word in. I was just about to say credibility. Um, but yeah, like I said, it gives drivers a chance to a goal to work towards something, um, and also at the same time make themselves better, upskill their whole game, make themselves a whole lot better. On the other side of the coin, though, I think that it's very clever marketing by these companies. So you have a company, whoever they is, company ABC. They produce um, aftermarket aftermarket carbon fiber parts, and um, I don't know. It's such a bad example. Okay, let's use RC Mart. Whatever. We use RC Mart, one of the biggest online RC stores around. They offered up to recently. They offered sponsorships to individuals. So I myself was one of them uh, for a little while as well. So how do they play a role in uplifting or in growing the RC hobby? Let's ask ourselves that. Are what they're doing actually the helping the hobby, or is it just something that or is it just something that they're doing that's um, how can I put it, just for show rather? I think it's like I said, I think it's a bit of clever marketing, because here uh, you have an actual uh, live person who's on the street that's promoting your products. So it's actually a harder hitting marketing strategy, because word of mouth travels the quickest amongst anything. So, but is it a worthwhile option for these manufacturers? Yo, Drift Dreams, what's up, man? Thank you for joining. I think it's the first time I'm actually seeing you on my podcast. So, welcome to another episode of the B Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. The podcasts are uploaded to my YouTube channel, and the audio of these episodes, the audio only, is uploaded to my Spotify, Anchor FM, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Google Cast channels. So you can catch me everywhere. So yeah, so like I said, manufacturers offering up sponsorships to drivers or selected individuals. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Um, why should we entertain it? Do you think it's clever? Is it really helping the hobby by by getting these individuals to uh, promote a company's products. What do you guys think? Hey Benjamin, what's happening, man? Thanks so much for joining in. I'd love to hear from some of you guys. Look, I'm going to be blatantly honest about my position. So, being a former sponsored driver, I must admit, I'm very, very grateful to the companies that gave me the chance to be a sponsored driver. So, one of the first people I have to give a shout out to is Jason Sang from Asia Tees Hobbies. They are one of the first people that actually gave. They are the first people that actually gave me a chance to say, "Okay, dude, we're gonna offer you something, and here are your obligations, and let's do this." And it went extremely well because I was with Asia Tees for about 3 years, and it was very, very successful, uh, and it went very well. So together with that, um, how I used my sponsorship was to actually split it amongst my team, and that definitely encouraged a lot more drivers to be more active and get involved in the hobby. So I must say that with Asia Tees, it definitely worked. Um, then a few other companies I was involved in, like I said, RC Mart, um, DS Racing, and most recently One Up Racing. Um, so I think they definitely added value, and they definitely helped grow the hobby. But I think for SA, because we live in such a difficult economy, it hasn't always been very easy to garner up more people to join in. So yeah, but I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, um, and let me know. Another big shout out to Mr. Wee from DS Racing, who's he's constantly doing amazing work for the hobby. He gives back a hell of a lot to the hobby, especially like with Worlds. He's done an amazing job. Also with TDC, he's doing fantastic work there. So big up to you, Mr. Wee. Wolf says I'm sponsored by One Up, Schumacher, and CS Electronics, and it encourages, but there is always some pressure behind it, and sometimes it steals the fun in the hobby. Ah, okay. So that's another thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is once you become a sponsored driver, it's more than just um, being out there promoting the products and or just receiving the rewards of being a sponsored driver. Being a sponsored driver is a job. It might not be a full-time job, it might not be your main job, but it is a job. And obviously, OMG, yeah, well, of course, we know that. um, yeah, so like I was saying, people don't realize that being a sponsored driver is more than just having this company name backing you and giving you these the products to promote and everything. It's also a lot of work. You gotta do a lot of promoting. You gotta do a lot of product testing and also giving feedback to the manufacturer or your team manager, whoever it may be. There's also reports to do about what have you done to promote the brand. Are you fulfilling your obligations to the brand? You sign up a contract, so it's not always so cut and dry and so simple and easy. It takes a lot of work. So don't just apply to be a sponsored driver and then expect all these things without having to do anything in return. So keep that in mind. It's a commitment, and one that you should take seriously, because you must remember that these companies, um, uh, at the end of the day, it's a business. So as much as they are doing as well as they are, or whatever the case may be, they also depend on you to hold up your end of the bargain so that they can do better in their business, and in turn they will give back to the community. So you must remember that it's all full circle. Take for example the Super G National Championship that happened not too long ago. There were a massive number of companies that actually came together and sponsored prizes for the competition. But you know why that is? It's because firstly the RC Drifters support the store, support Super G. Super G orders a certain amount from one brand, for example. They sell out their stuff quicker than they can refill it. So they order grows, and then they sell that out, and then they sell that out, and then it grows like that. So the manufacturer or supplier is seeing that this particular company is actually supporting them a hell of a lot, and because they are supported by the community, they can grow. So the community grows, the store grows, the supplier grows, and then the supplier gives back to the community and supports the community, and like that. So you got to keep that in mind as well. Wolf says writing resumes, being a brand ambassador, testing, racing, do social media. Yes, exactly, bro. Exactly. It's not so cut and dry. It's a job. It's a hell of a lot of work to do. So please consider that before you apply to become a sponsored driver. You've got to be prepared to take that step. You've got to be prepared to put in the time, put in the work to give value to the company. And I promise you, by just putting that little bit of effort, you'll be recognized by the company as somebody you can that they can trust. And with that, they will put more trust in you and obviously give you greater responsibility, which would also equal to greater reward. So I must admit, and perhaps a lot of you guys also feel that way, but not readily uh, or not really admit. I will admit it right here. I thoroughly enjoyed being a sponsor driver and getting stuff from manufacturers. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I wish I could do it more. I wish I could get more stuff. Straight up, I'll be brutally honest. However, this is another thing I want to be brutally honest about. I am fully aware and fully understand that uh, with all of this comes a very, very big responsibility. And it's just as I said, massive responsibility. I take it seriously. I have fun with it, yes, but I take it seriously because, as much as I like all of these products that they are sending me to either test or review, whatever it is, I understand fully that it's my job to fully promote these products, be a brand ambassador for the brand, and also conduct myself in a way that's becoming of someone who is an ambassador. So I definitely I have a lot of experience with that, with being a brand ambassador. At the same time, yes, I don't only push the brand or be there as a point of or be there as a consultant on social media. Also physically, like I do, like I used to do a hell of a lot more events than is happening now. Well, obviously that was pre-COVID, but at every event that I went, I always promoted the brand and the products, had the banners up, had products, spoke to the people, promoted the hobby as well as the products, like I've said. So, and I must admit, whilst yes, it was a job, but I had a lot of fun doing it, and I was more than happy to talk on end about these products. So I'm quite happy to do that. Wolf says also having the push to use all the parts kits, electronics, clothes they offer, but it can be fun as well. Yeah, as much as I say that it's a job, and you have to conduct yourself in this manner, and I made it look like it's something so stiff. Um, that's only to make people understand that being a sponsored driver isn't always laughs and giggles. It's You got to put in the time and effort as well. Again, I got to remind you that you are under contract and you have compulsory obligations that you need to do. So um, it's not something to be taken lightly, but it's definitely something to have a lot of fun with. Exactly as Wolf says, it can be a lot of fun. It just depends on how you approach it. You can't be in it for a month and be all happy and about it, and then by month two you like drained out and like can't do it, and you had enough, and you shirk on your responsibilities. No, that's not on. You rather not be a sponsor driver and just go with the flow, and let somebody else who is more worthy or who has more drive for it, let them have the opportunity. With that being said, with One Up Racing, I was offered to be a sponsored driver for 2023 as well, but I decided to I decided to step down or step away from that sponsorship, because, and I explained this to Joe Pullers, who's the team manager at One Up Racing. I explained to him that, look, I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun, and it's definitely um, added so much of value to my RC drifting resume. But I want to take this coming year to work on myself some more as a drifter, as a better ambassador, and improve on my podcast as well. Although this is a side note, um, but yeah, I just want to take the time to improve myself and come back better. So perhaps in the following year, I'll apply again, and if you guys can reconsider, take it from there. And it was very, very understanding. I must say a big shout out to Joe Pulis from One Up Racing. Incredible brand, fantastic products, and that is completely unbiased. I use the products not because I had to, but because I wanted to, and because of the quality of the product. Um, so yeah, very understanding, fantastic company to be a part of. Definitely want to be back. So we'll see. But yeah, I want to improve myself first and become better at what I do, so that I can obviously provide a better value to the company. So we'll just see what the next year holds. Um, yeah, and I think that's about it for today's episode. It is a little shy of my usual length of podcast, but I don't think that you guys would mind too much. I have been chatting a little bit and sort of waffling a little bit here and there, so please forgive me for that. It is a new setup, so I am trying to also get used to the new setup. Anyway, thank you all for joining me on today's episode of the B Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters. Don't forget to hit the like button, turn on your notifications so that you know every time the show goes live. Also, don't forget. Hey Ziad, what's happening, my man? Yeah. Sorry, you actually didn't get in too late. It's just that it's a short episode today. Um, yeah, I'm on a completely new setup. So I actually need to relearn my whole OBS and whatever. So at the moment, I'm just going straight on Facebook. But yeah, um, uh, yeah, and also everything's working perfectly. So thank you for all your advice as well. We're definitely gonna make the show look a whole lot more better. I just there's just one thing I gotta figure out. It's with OBS is how to bring in a second, or how to bring in a guest on OBS. I got no clue how to do that, and I'm not even sure where to begin doing that. How I can host guests on OBS. So yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of research. Anyway, that's that. So yeah, like I said, you can catch me on you can catch this episode on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, which I generally post either a day or two on my page. Don't forget to like and subscribe there as well. And if you can't catch the video, you can always catch the audio on Spotify, Anchor FM, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Google Casts as well. So yeah, guys, thank you again for joining me on today's episode. I will catch you again next week, same time, same place, with a much better look. Cheers, guys. Peace.